I love awkward silence. I just wanted to do it. Okay. Well, we're back. First in-person guest. By the way, this is the first time ever we've had 5.
Oh, wow.
So
At the table.
Yeah.
Welcome
how
to
does
our
it feel
table.
to be the first?
Amazing.
Amazing. That's good. That's good. Well, we have Nora here. And for this little 20-minute segment, it's going to be obviously shorter. But we wanted to let you know. So we picked 6 businesses that applied for the Black and Brown Business Summit. And we picked 6 on our own criteria to come in to be on this live podcast. But also, some of the value you're going to get is we're going to invite you back to do a full hour or 2-hour podcast with us.
2 hours. Ooh.
Well, I mean, sometimes we talk.
We talk.
Okay.
It might not be an hour or 2 hours on that, but we'll be here talking because that's what we do. And then we're also going to provide you with a full financial background of wealth check of your entire business.
Excellent.
For free.
Thank you.
Because that's what we do at Black Mammoth, and that's our expertise. So that's the value for being on here.
Thank you.
So welcome being the first ever to the show.
We're so excited to have you.
You are.
And
So
learn about
excited to
you
be
and your
here.
business.
And we did the green and green on purpose.
I know.
We all got that memo.
So good.
Right? Yeah.
It's really good. The colors. It does.
We did this.
Yes.
We coordinated.
We should have
We're
coordinated
pros.
this.
We did. We
planned
did
it.
coordinate this.
Coordinate this.
This was us. All right. So now that we diverge, because that's what we like to do with squirrels, tell us about your business.
So I am a realtor and I have a background in IT, and I am sick of seeing ugly photos for houses for sale on Zillow and decided I wanted to do something about it. As a realtor, when I would go see sellers, they would say to me, "What do you think we should do to prepare our house for sale?" And I would say, "Gosh, I have no idea. I don't know." But I'm going to hire a stager.
Right.
Exactly.
And then what would happen is the stager would come in and they would say, "Hey, your 90s wallpaper should probably come down off the kitchen." And the seller would go, "But gosh, I picked that wallpaper with my mother. I love it. I'm not taking it down." And the stager would stop talking or the seller would stop listening. And now they're all mad at me. So what I really wanted was for a way for me as a realtor to take pictures of the house before it's ready for sale, send it to a stager, and have the stager tell the seller exactly what to do. Using their stuff as much as possible. Here's what we pack. Here's the light you need to bring in. You have Snoopy sheets on your bed. Maybe let's replace those with crisp white sheets that feel like sandpaper, but they're really cheap and they're going to look great.
Yeah.
That's fine. And here's a link to some throw pillows, so you don't even have to think, seller. And I looked for that service for a year, and I could not find it. So we built it, and that is Stagery.
I love that.
I do
Totally love that.
And when she said the sandpaper sheets, we had done that. We sold our townhome, but we kept the sheets. And then we moved on our new house. We're like, oh, crap, we have an extra bedroom. We don't have the sheets. So we threw them on there, right? Forgot about them.
And they're sandpaper, right?
And then I got COVID, and I had to go sleep in the basement. Oh, no. And I'm sitting here going,
It's scratchy.
I am like rubbing myself raw. Like, this is awful. What the hell is this? So I complained to the wife all week long. And now we have
Nicer
soft
sheets?
Yeah.
Yeah. The show towels and the show sheets are not meant to be used.
Show.
You
Show is-
upgraded the doghouse, so when you have to go
Yes.
sleep
So
in
I
the
have to go
basement,
back.
you
Yeah.
upgraded the
I
doghouse.
love
There we
that.
go.
Yes.
I have show sheets and towels in my guest bedroom. Do you have a solution to get your husband and son to stop using them?
Oh, you clearly have sheets that are way too nice.
I know, they're way too nice. I need
We
to put
could go
them somewhere else.
cheaper. We could go cheaper than whatever it is you
Sandpaper.
have. Sandpaper.
So I really love that you started this business out of a need that you saw.
Yeah, well, I'm not good at staging. When I sold my personal house in 2016, my stager came in and basically talked at me. What do I need to do? And one of the things she said was, go buy some throw pillows for the couch. So I went to Target and I bought throw pillows and I brought them home, and they didn't match the couch. They just were the wrong color. So I need a link. Do not give me creative options. Tell me what to buy. Buy this one.
This one. Yeah.
This one. Okay. So it's something that I struggled with as an agent and went, gosh, I really wish this service was out there. And now that I'm getting into it, I really love the idea that we can bring staging to the masses. You shouldn't have a $750,000 house to get expert staging advice.
Right.
Realtors shouldn't feel like they have to pay $10,000 or $2,000 to get their clients' houses staged, right? And it creates this partnership between the realtor and the seller Or it gives sellers who are selling on their own a really easy option to make their houses pretty.
I love it. It's simple, it's elegant, and it's like creates that relationship that's so important, because I think buying and selling a house can be stressful.
Oh God, so stressful.
So stressful.
So emotional.
So emotional. You're tied to the wallpaper. You're tied to things that you've been in, even though you're moving out.
You're moving out. Pack it up.
Tied to those memories in that house. And I think overall, this just helps that feel and ease of being able to do that and say goodbye in a nice way and then move on.
Well, in my stagers, I vet every stager. They have to apply. Every report is reviewed for quality before it goes out. So one of our rules is we never use the term declutter. Who am I as the realtor to tell you that your Star Wars helmets are clutter? They might be.
Right.
They might be. But I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
So we don't use the term declutter. We use the term pre-pack. Let's pack up those Star Wars helmets and get them ready for the next home. Yeah.
I love. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's
I like that a lot.
it's supposed to be a simple, easy solution. And when you're selling your house and you're packing and you're getting ready, the one thing you don't have is time. That's right. So I don't want to meet with a stager for 2 hours and then have to figure out, okay, what did they say about this? I just want a report. Just give me a checklist. Yeah. Tell me what to do and give me links to order online, and it'll show up on my doorstep, and then I'll get it done. And some of the things we're going to add is an add-on. Maybe you need help with packing. Maybe you need somebody to come in and read the report and do the work. Mind blown. I know.
I've packed
you wanna come to my
myself,
house right
and
now?
I've hired people to pack.
I have
and I would say,
services,
hire
but you don't
people to
live
pack.
here. But if you did, I would have services. I'm going to start building that marketplace.
That's awesome.
Stagery is a
Simplicity,
marketplace.
though.
It is.
Like, that's my favorite part about it is the simplicity. There's a million ways to skin a cat type deal, but if you just give people a few options, just say, hey, this is what it is, and don't open the door for everything under the sun, it makes it so much smoother on you and everybody else in the process.
I sold my house recently. It's under contract. And we spent $264 on staging items, plus the $180 stagery consultation total. White sandpaper sheets, white sandpaper towels, maybe some totes, maybe some decor, because once I took down my kids' ceramics that she had done over the years,
Yeah.
I had space.
Pre-pack those.
I pre-packed
Pre-packed
those. I
those.
did. Those might be clutter. No, they're not. I'm sorry. I'm
not
sorry.
clutter.
Layla, they're not clutter. I treasure everyone. But
love you.
yes,
We love our kids.
it's and the house, it is a hot seller's market. My goal was not to put a sign in the yard. It sold on the very first showing, and we were able to dictate the offer, period. That was the goal, and
Right.
we hit it.
I think it's important when you talk about this service, because we've got interior design clients who have portion of their business being staging, right? And you had said if you have a $750,000 house, that's when staging is typical. And I believe you taking it to the masses is vitally important, one for everybody, right? Little old us, not just the $1 million.
Right.
But also because the interior designers, they're not built that way. It shouldn't. That's not that role. That's not that job. That's different.
Two different jobs.
And I believe that you having that ability is going to start taking it away from their business, which it should. And specifically the one I'm talking about, which we'll talk later about, she's getting rid of it. So it's a nice way to bridge and start going to interior designers being, hey, let me do the staging piece of your business. You deal with what you're expert at.
Well, so here's what's fun. I don't want to put stagers out of business. I want them to join my team.
Yeah.
That interior designer could become a stager, set up their own profile with their own link, and say, okay, I'm designing your new house. You want me to stage your old one? Here's my link, book with me.
Super simple.
I don't stage. We've established
connect.
I cannot stage.
We've already done that.
I don't want to stage.
Right, I don't stage, but I have stagers all over the country. And what's nice about a service like this is that, let's say, somebody's doing it part-time, somebody's trying to break into the staging business, someone doesn't want to build inventory yet because they don't want to put that investment in yet. They can sign up as a stager for me, and they could pick up a project at 8 p.m. tonight and do it at 5 a.m. tomorrow. If they're at early, getting kids ready for school, as long as the report's in within 2 days, I don't care. I don't care when they do it.
Yeah.
So, and it must be quality. Those are my two things, but I really want stagers to be able to grow.
So what's been your biggest challenge?
Well, I launched 2 years ago.
What happened 2 years ago?
The start of the strongest sellers market in recent history. My 2-year anniversary is tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh,
Yes. And by May, you could put a playground in the backyard and sell it for $150,000. And it's been painful. But you know what? I went to a conference for a national brokerage 2 weeks ago in Vegas, and 3/4 of those realtors are nervous about the market. Rates have gone from under 3% to over 5%. Houses are sitting longer. Buyers are figuring if they're going to pay top dollar, and make no mistake, they are, that house better be beautiful. Better be beautiful. They are passing on anything that looks iffy. If it doesn't tug at the heartstrings, they're not writing an offer. So we are positioned to take advantage of that. Now, on the coasts, sometimes with more money, $750,000 house, et cetera, a multi-million-dollar house, sellers have the money to buy a new house, move into it, get their stuff out. Their realtor is going to stage it. They're going to stage it. They're going to rent furniture, whatever. My clients are the ones that can't afford to do that. They are living in their house. They need to get it sold so they can go write an offer on their next home. And they might sell it for $250,000. But staging can add 10% of the value to your home. That's $25,000, you guys.
Without spending.
Without spending $1,000 even,
Right.
right? I mean, they may have to do some touch-ups. You know, we're not going to swear that you're not going to have to spend a little bit more.
Right.
But it's just such a massive increase. 10% is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And realtors, we have in Des Moines 3,400 active realtors. There are...
Is that a lot?
It's a lot. There are 1,700 active homes for sale right this second, today, which means realtors need a way to compete for those listings. They need a way to say, hey, seller, you want to use me because these are all the services I provide. And we're an extra toolkit, and we brand our reports with the realtors. I know I'm a realtor. I don't want their listings. I want to make their houses pretty.
It's awesome. I love the price point too. Like you kind of mentioned that, and I thought that's extremely affordable. for somebody that's-
$180.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Flat rate. We are building partnerships for brokerages. We are a RE/MAX approved supplier.
Awesome.
And we are becoming an approved supplier for another national brokerage that
Later to be.
later to be
mentioned.
announced.
Stay
Later
tuned.
to be
Stay
announced.
tuned.
Right.
But total, that gives us access to 79,000 agents in just the U.S.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Are you mostly in Iowa, or are you?
No, we have
all
realtors
over?
all over the country. It is an online service.
Great.
So I don't really care where you live.
That's
Pay
an
me.
IT background.
I know.
I'm sure.
I know.
IT background.
Interconnected.
Yep.
Totally is interconnected everywhere.
Yeah, and we're adding features. We're going to be adding a lot more messaging capabilities between the stager and the client. We maintain privacy. So you, Lisa, could have somebody stage your home. You could even put the address and the project name. Your neighbor could be the one sending you the staging report, and unless they recognize the house, they wouldn't know it's you.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, we definitely maintain privacy. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
So where you're at, you're 2 years in. You have a pitch tomorrow.
I do.
What, in your mind right now, you need help with? What do you need to take Stagery to the next level?
Marketing, 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 marketing. I can talk about it all day long. It's the follow-up, it's the ads, it's the A/B testing, it's the education. No company is doing this on a national scale like I am, period. So what that means, it's great in that I have no competition. I love that. Zillow, you can buy me.
Right.
You don't have to compete. But
Plug for
I have
Zillow.
to educate my realtor clients, and I need those partnerships with the brokerages, and I would love to get into Airbnb staging, right?
Yeah.
And for sale by owner, there's localized companies that really focus on that. It doesn't have to be a realtor using me. So it's that follow-up, and it's the press and the PR and all of the analytics that go with it. That's based on how tomorrow goes and based on how my funding is going, that's where I'm going to spend the money.
Yeah, that makes sense. So talk about funding. Something you don't know about us, because again, we're kind of out of the blue for you a little bit. We have Black Mammoth, which is one of our firms. We have multiple firms, CPA firm, commercial real estate investment firm, which is why I was going to lead into, do you do commercial? Because we need to fill these, and these tenant spots are really tough.
No, but I have people that do.
Okay, perfect. We'll talk about that one off air.
That's off air.
This building
That's
needs
off air.
filled.
Yes, it
so
does.
says my investors that keep calling me about it. But the other piece is fundraising. That's
Yes.
part of one of our firms as well. So when you say funding, what are you asking for? What do you need?
$100,000 minimum. I'm just right off the bat. That's what I need. I need to grow my realtor base by the end of 2022. Right now, I am gaining a few realtors a month, and that's just by talking about it to realtors, right? Mm-hmm. I want to quadruple my realtor base at a minimum by the end of 2022. So when I look at my funding needs, that's what I'm looking for. I have put in 5 figures into my own. Can I share numbers?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay,
It's
cool.
your business.
Yeah. I've self-funded $60,000 into this, and then I received a proof of commercial relevance fund from the Iowa Economic Development Authority because I've supported Iowa companies. Mm-hmm. The code was done by a woman-owned Iowa company. Of course it was. I started coding, and then I realized I don't have the time to code it, so I threw it at somebody. I said, here's my code. Please just continue. And they did an amazing job.
That's great.
But the Proof of Commercial Relevance Fund provided a $25,000 loan. I do have one outside investor, which is the Iowa Startup Accelerator Venture Fund out of Cedar Rapids. And that's my only dilutive investment so far. They are ready and waiting to give me more when I get more traction. But it's an awesome group. I would tell any startup in Iowa, look at that, look at ISA. So yeah, I'm in the process of both applying for funding and getting out there. I'm doing road shows basically for Stagery. I just came from another presentation at another brokerage today and was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and I'm hitting all the state conferences, and that's the thing.
Right, that's the thing.
And it's fun. It's so much fun to talk about it because the market is shifting.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's shifting.
It's like underfoot.
Not to mention you have zero competition, so it's like, if you want to talk, you're going to be the one.
Zillow. I mean,
Zillow.
do not.
Any of them. Anybody want to buy out.
Yes.
It's ready there.
Yes.
Ready to go.
I would sell. No, my goal is to exit within the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Because frankly, I think that this is a service we all watch. Well, maybe we don't all watch HGTV.
Yep.
Right? It's a big deal.
I have a wife.
I actually
it.
don't watch it because it annoys me, but that's weird. I
'cause you're in the
recognize,
industry.
right.
I don't watch financial shows. So like it's
Perfect.
not,
Right. You'd be screaming at the TV.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this is something that buyers expect. They see 50 houses on Zillow. They might see 8 of them in person. They're going to make an offer on 1, maybe 3 because of this market, but not for long.
Right.
Right. It's how do we make sure they're making an offer on my 1 out of 50?
Absolutely. So
And I
100,000.
love. Oh, go ahead.
And are you looking for a direct investment, an equity position, or a loan? What is your thought with that 100K?
Either.
Either?
It would depend on the terms.
Oh, right.
Of course. Yeah, either. It's minimum 100. My goal would be to maintain the equity for investors by not having to go too much, but that might change. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've never started a tech startup before.
Yeah.
I'm learning, but I'm drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah, absolutely. And that 100K, what do you like? What's your runway with that? Is that 18 months? Is that 2 years? What do you think on that?
It depends on how much I plow into marketing per month, but that 100 grand would be about 18 months at least. And so the goal would be that by the end of 2023, I'm showing a profit consistently.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And I have the business plans, and I have the KPIs,
Right. All
and
the fun,
all the
that-
things.
all the stuff,
All the fun stuff.
all
I'm
the stuff.
really good at Excel and QuickBooks budgeting.
Yeah, I bet you have to be.
What I love about this the most is that you do have a business plan. You have an idea, like you have your exit strategy. That's a lot of what we're asking business owners is, do you plan to sell this, or do you plan to take this to the grave with you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
No,
what is
I
your
wanna
plan
sell
with it? Exactly. And you have a set plan. You have this business plan already in front of you. Now you're 2 years in with this anniversary. If you didn't have a business plan, that would be, I don't know that 2 years would have probably hit, but at the same time, you're organized, you're structured, and that's a big thing that newer business owners don't have. And that's a common thing that we see all the time.
Absolutely.
I find financials to be exciting because I don't stage, but I love the numbers.
What?
I love the numbers.
What's going on?
I know, I love it. And one thing I've always seen as a real estate agent, because it's one of those services that you're providing yourself, a lot of small businesses that aren't really necessarily going to scale, right? Service-based businesses like that. They're into it for the business aspect, the working with clients, and the financials fall by the wayside. So with my real estate business, I am probably one of 10 to 15% of realtors that can run a profit loss statement every month. I save for taxes.
By a fact.
It is.
Facts.
It is.
Like nationwide facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My CPA loves me.
I'm sure.
So he basically every quarter he'll be like, "Hey, you need to pay taxes." I'm like, "Oh God, again, really? Are your books up to date?" "Yeah." "Okay, cool. Here's your voucher. Here's what you owe." I haven't seen him in 3 years. I don't need to. He sends me bills. I pay money to the IRS.
Hey,
Send me bills.
I like that.
Yeah.
I have a healthy fear of the IRS. Healthy.
It's just 3 letters. They're not that scary.
No, they're scary.
They're not that scary.
But I think that the fundamentals matter.
Absolutely.
Because it's not the idea. The idea is worth maybe 5 to 10%. It's the execution.
Yeah.
So our theme today is money mindset. So I'd love to just kind of ask you about what you think money mindset means, and then business owners, all those challenges, overcoming, sticking with it. How have you done that in the past? You're a realtor and you have a new business. Just kind of talk us through that part.
Money mindset for me is learning that it's okay to want to make money because of what it can enable in the future. Whether that means I am providing a life for my family, whether that means I get to support nonprofits that I love. My real estate business, we donate a portion of every commission to affordable housing. Stagery, we will be donating a portion of every profit we make when we're profitable, which will be soon, to Pi 515, which is a training organization here based in Des Moines that really brings STEM to underserved youth. And I love the founder. So that's money mindset is, what does it enable in your life? I don't like to use it as a scorecard in the sense that the number itself and the number of zeros behind it doesn't matter. I do like to use it as, am I meeting my life goals and enabling myself to sleep at night and to feel good about what I'm leaving behind? So it's a very vague term to me. And sometimes the money falls by the wayside for the time, right? You have kids. Right. I have a kid. I mean, you have a kid. All of those things. Time is not infinite. So how do I use money adequately to give myself time?
I love it. And that's a really good way to end this amazing
it really
first
is.
This has
ever
been awesome.
conversation.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing.
thank you so much. That, I mean, we're probably going to steal that, by the way.
Feel free.
I had goosebumps.
Implement it
That was
into-
good.
into what we do. But Nora with Stagery here. Again, if you want involved, contact us. Contact her as well. We'll have
Yes.
contact info out there. Feel free as we get through this day, like, share, comment as well. Let us know what you want to know from our guests. We're going to have a Q&A session following here really quickly. But also, we'll have Nora back, and we're going to have a full episode sit down. We're going to get into even more nitty gritty here over the next month.
And I will be more caffeinated.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. And you got your pitch tomorrow. So
And good luck on your pitch.
good luck
Yes,
with
good luck.
the
Thank you.
summit.
And we'll give everyone updates as we go.
Thank
so
you.
we'll see you
Thank you
after
for having me.
our lunch break. Thank you.
Okay.
The preceding program was sponsored by Black Mammoth. Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Black Mammoth. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Black Mammoth website, www.blackmammoth.com. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to affect or attempt to affect transactions and securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice due to various factors including changing market conditions. The information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up-to-date, Black Mammoth do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature and is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation. Past performance is not indicative of future results.